what's up and welcome. I am the one and only West Coast King, and welcome to a very different video today. And it's not a video I would normally make, but I felt like I needed to talk about this and make this video. And I know most of the videos that go up on this channel are soccer related or football related, whether it's FIFA or talking about real life soccer or stuff like that. But today we're talking the NBA, and more specifically, obviously in my case, DWade leaving the Miami Heat. And it's, for some reason, it's been a trend now for the last 6 years, I guess, ever since LeBron left Cleveland in 2010 to join the Miami Heat, that when a star player leaves a team, you burn his jersey. And honestly, for me, I hate that. I absolutely hate to see fans burning players' jerseys. And just this summer now, we've seen Miami Heat fans burn DWade jerseys, and Oklahoma City fans burn Kevin Durant jerseys, and it absolutely irritates me to no end. Now, I will say that the Durant situation is very, very different than the Cleveland situation with LeBron and the Miami situation with DWade. And I kind of understand the Oklahoma City situation, but I'll get to that in just a minute. In 2010, when LeBron James left Cleveland, the fans burned his jersey, and to me, as a Heat fan, when he said he was taking his talents to South Beach, I was ecstatic. I was over the moon. I was jumping around in my living room. I was already planning out the next dog tags I was getting engraved, because every time the Heat win a title, I get dog tags engraved. I now have 3 of them, so I'm very, very fortunate to have that. But at the same time, when he said that, 30 minutes later, there were groups of people just gathering in the streets, crying and burning his jersey, and that was difficult, to say the least. That was difficult to watch, and it was unsettling, and I understood their pain, but at the same time, I couldn't watch that. I mean, I don't like seeing that. Cleveland is LeBron James. LeBron James is Cleveland. And I don't know how Cleveland fans didn't quite understand that. His heart has always been in Cleveland. Even when he came to Miami, I think Miami Heat fans knew, at least the ones that had their heads out of their asses knew, LeBron James was always going to go back to Cleveland. I mean, there was always going to be another title window in Cleveland with LeBron James there. And as a Miami Heat fan, I just wanted to get the most titles out of him as possible. I think it was just a situation of, you know, he kind of used us for titles and we used him. And, you know, that's sports. You know, that it is what it is. I loved him when he was here. I think he's a great player still. And I'm happy for him that he finally brought Cleveland a title. And, you know, I'm thankful that he came to Miami for 4 years and got us to 4 straight titles, or 4 straight championships, or 4 straight finals, and won 2 titles. That's great. And I'm happy for him. And I'm great for that whole situation. But how could Cleveland fans not think he was coming back? Why would you disrespect someone that loves that city so very, very much? And by the way, the act of him leaving Cleveland, as hard as it was to swallow, he's a very smart man. He saw the situation there and knew that the chances of him winning a title for Cleveland were very, very slim. Very slim with the current situation he was in there, so he left, and I'm not saying he did this unselfishly with this idea in mind, but because he left, that team hit rock bottom, which is why the fans were so upset. They knew that was coming, and it did, but they hit rock bottom, and it allowed them to rebuild. It allowed them to get great players through the draft, and rebuild that team into a contender, and then LeBron James went back. I saw that picture the entire time. I knew what was going to happen, and it did. And it followed the exact plan I knew was going to happen. So, I mean, the fact that they couldn't see that, and that the fact that they couldn't figure out that he was going to come back, and he was going to deliver his lifelong dream of winning that team a title, how could you not expect that? How could you not see that? And the fact that they burned his jerseys is so disrespectful. And if it was me and I saw that, it would have made it difficult for me to go back. I still would have, and I know LeBron James did as well. I understand where he's coming from there, but it would have made me sick, and I would have shed a tear in private if that had been me. But yeah, that was difficult to watch as a Heat fan, being the one that took him away from there. But also, I knew he was going back, and it's just a stupid situation, very ignorant to do that. Now with DWade, it's a bit of a different situation. DWade has given 13 years of his career, his entire career, to Miami. From the very start, nearly the very start, he came right in, heart and soul of the team. His attitude and his dedication to the team never questioned. Never questioned his desire and his commitment to the Miami Heat. And time after time after time, he took pay cuts to bring in LeBron, to bring in Chris Bosh. That was his dedication level to the team, essentially paying out of his own pocket to bring those players in. They had to pay too. They had to take slight pay cuts. But DWade was the one that said, yes, I will do this for this team. I want to win here. This is my team. And as the leader, I have to set that precedent and do that for this team. He did that years and years ago. And time again after that, he's continued to do that for this team. And now, in 2016, after 13 years of leading and sacrificing everything for the team, he was finally in a position, and the Heat were in the position to pay the man that has been there for nearly half of the franchise's existence. They finally had the opportunity to pay him. And you look at that team, with or without DWade, Miami's not going to win a title anytime soon. It would have made more sense, in my opinion, to finally show him the respect that he has earned, pay him whatever he wanted. It was 2 years and $50 million. Pay him that and keep him in Miami for the rest of his career and let him go out nice and easy as a member of the Miami Heat. That would have made sense to me, and apparently that did not make sense to the Miami Heat organization and Pat Riley and Mickey Arison. They thought of it from a financial standpoint and a business standpoint of, we're not going to dedicate that money to this player. He can't help us in the near future. We want to rebuild, so we will not pay him. And yes, DWayne Wade then decided to leave and take $7.5 million more than what the Miami Heat were offering him and sign with his hometown team of Chicago. I always knew that if DWayne Wade was going to leave Miami, it was going to be for Chicago. They decided, yes, he's worth that money. They paid him, so he left. And he even said, it's not because I want to leave, it's that the financial situation sometimes in sports sucks. And that's what this is. By all accounts, from all sides involved, DWayne Wade still loves the Miami Heat. He loves Pat Riley, Mickey Arison, and that whole Heat organization. And that organization all still love him. It's just that the financial side and the business side got in the way, and that is very, very tough to see. That absolutely sucks. I wanted him to retire as a member of the Miami Heat. 3 titles, 5 finals appearances he's given us, and to let him just walk over $7.5 million after everything he's done and given seems very, very petty, and I don't think there's anything that they can do to win a title in the next 2 years. I would have rather seen DWayne Wade in Miami for the next 2 years and let him finish his career there. So, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like a wise choice on the part of Pat Riley. He's always been touted as a savvy businessman. Maybe he knows what he's doing, but it sure doesn't feel like the right decision this time. This time, it feels like he messed this up, and it's very tough to see DWayne Wade walk away from Miami. It really does. He's been the face of Miami sports for 13 years, and I hate seeing him walk away. Now, that being said, yes, he is walking away, but you cannot put the blame on him for this one. Like I just said, he has earned every single penny he asked for with this new contract, and the Miami Heat organization decided not to give him that money. So if you call yourself a Heat fan, a Heat lifer, and you're burning DWayne Wade jerseys, you are an ignorant fool and an asshole, and you should never call yourself a Heat fan. If you think that's a right decision to make, to burn a DWayne Wade jersey after 13 years of work and sacrifice and results that he's given us, to burn his jersey's the right decision, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot, and don't call yourself a Heat fan anymore. We don't want you around here. You're the same kind of bandwagon fan that showed up when LeBron was here and followed him out the door when he left. We don't want you around here. There are true Heat fans that understand what DWayne Wade is and what kind of individual he is, a stand-up human being, and just, he's my favorite athlete of all time. And yeah, I might be a little biased when I say that you shouldn't, diss on him for this, but you can't honestly think that this was his fault and he wanted to do this. I believe his passion for the Miami Heat is true and pure, and you can't, it's not his fault he left. You cannot call yourself a Heat fan and burn DWade jerseys. It's not right and it doesn't make sense. You're an idiot. And that kind of brings us now to the Durant situation, with Oklahoma City fans burning Durant jerseys. And honestly, I don't know if I have a defense for this one. I still don't like to see fans burn those jerseys. I mean, you have to think of all the hours and years and everything they put in to making that team great and trying to lead that team to a title. And Durant got close twice. He lost in the finals to DWade and the Miami Heat. And then this last season, he lost in the semifinal, in the conference final, to Golden State in heartbreaking fashion. He was very, very close 2 times to bringing that city and that team a title. And to burn his jersey is just disrespectful. It's disrespectful to what he's done for that team. And maybe, and I might be out of line saying this here, but it might be that the fans in Oklahoma City have not been through the down years. Ever since that team has been in existence, Durant has been there leading from the front lines. And it's been a great, how many ever years they've been in Oklahoma City. I think it's been 7 or 8. I think it's been 8 years in Oklahoma City. They've never had a situation where they've been bad. And they've seen players come and go and things not work. And maybe they don't understand and appreciate what Durant gave them and what he meant to them. But, I mean, they're going to know real quick, because even with Russell Westbrook, they might still be a playoff team, but they're not a title contender anymore. They're going to learn now what it's like not having those players. And burning those players' jerseys do not make other players want to come there. They do not want to be a part of that situation. Why would you do that? It's hard enough keeping your own players, clearly, rather than having bringing other players in. And that's what they're going to have to do now, and that's the situation, and that's the situation you're representing yourself as. It's just stupid. It's stupid, and it's disrespectful to Kevin Durant. Now, that being said, Kevin Durant did not leave to go back home like LeBron James. He did not leave because the team didn't offer him the money that he deserved and he earned, like DWade, who in return went home to Chicago. Kevin Durant got the deal he deserved from Oklahoma City and still left and went and took less money to play for Golden State, which just happens to be the team that ended the title hopes of Oklahoma City this past season in heartbreaking fashion. That, I understand, is difficult to swallow. I fully understand your grief and your just, it sucks. It sucks. I know it sucks, but that is sports. That's sports. Players come and go. You have every right to be upset with Kevin Durant. Just the whole situation involved. But there's nothing you can do about it, and that still doesn't mean you should go out and burn his jersey. He gave you 9 years of his life to that team, some of it in Seattle, but still, that team got 9 years of his career, and he did everything he could for that team. And you have to respect that. That doesn't mean, in my personal opinion, I probably wouldn't wear a Kevin Durant jersey around anymore, but I sure as hell wouldn't burn it. I might retire it and keep it as a memento of, times of better past, but I wouldn't burn it. It's disrespectful and stupid to burn a player's jersey just because they left your team. It sucks. I know it sucks, but you can't do that. Now, I know that the sports fans out there that connect on the emotional level with sports, they understand, kind of the whole situation and where I'm coming from, and, putting your heart and just kind of feel like you invest everything in this team and these players, and to see them leave, it's hard to swallow. But at the end of the day, the team is still there, and I know you're still a fan of the team. Cleveland fans were still Cleveland fans when LeBron left. I'm still a Miami Heat fan, and I know that Oklahoma City fans are still going to be Oklahoma City fans. And you stay true to the team, and players are players, and they're going to come and go, and there's really nothing you can do about that. I'm still going to cheer for DWade. Honestly, I still love the guy. I said he's my favorite player of all time. And I still hope he does well in Chicago, and I wish him the best. And I honestly give him a standing ovation for the years he put into Miami and everything he gave to that team. I've been watching the guy play in Miami since I was in high school. I mean, I was just a kid when he was drafted, and you know, I appreciate everything he's done, and that's really what I wanted to really say. And I hope that those fans out there realize that it's not the end of the world. I know for the short time right now, for the foreseeable future, it sucks. The future looks bleak. But like I said, players come and go. There will be other players, and they will in turn leave as well. Not a lot of players these days stick out their whole career. You gotta look at LA. They're very, very lucky Kobe stayed for his entire career in LA. He was on the brink of leaving because of the situation that he was in, and the Lakers seemingly not putting up the money to bring players in to make them better. And, you know, that's the situation Durant was in. And instead of, you know, just making the threats, he decided he was going to follow through with them. And that's the only difference between Kobe and Kevin Durant, is that Kevin Durant followed through with his threats, and Kobe Bryant just used those threats to bring players in. He remained purple and gold his whole career, and I respect him for that. I do. I honestly, I don't think he was ever going to leave LA. But either way, that is going to do it for this one. I just wanted to throw all that out there, and I know if you're sports fans, you kind of see where I'm coming from with this, and you know, don't burn any more jerseys. Just don't do it. Like I said, it's disrespectful, it is ignorant, and it doesn't represent your team well when you do that. So that's it for this one. If you did enjoy it and you kind of understand what I'm talking about, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you when we come back for another episode of whatever the hell this is. Maybe I just want to talk some more. I don't know. See ya.